Let's have a look at a logarithm question from year 12. So this is the NCEA 2 Algebra examination, end of year exam for year 12. And the question says the market value of Sue's house has been increasing at a constant exponential rate of 3% per annum since it was bought 16 years ago at the start of 99. At the start of 2015, it was worth 350k. Assuming the exponential growth is in the form of y equals a times r to the power of t, what was the value of the house at the start of 99 when she bought it? So we've got, let's have a look. All right, so let's take a look at the equation first of all. We've got this thing here which is y. Y is equal to a times r to the power of t. Doesn't look like a power, does it? I'll make it nice and close. Here we go. A to the power of t. So what we have here is y is in this case, and normally it's actually used as a p here. In fact, I'm going to write a p there. I usually see it in the form of a p there. So this it can be a number of different letters used here, but this is the final price. This is the initial price. And this is the interest rate, and this is the period over which the interest rate gets to act upon the various prices. So let's write down what we know. So we know the interest rate has been rising at 3% per annum. Well, an increase in interest rate, if the rate's increasing at 3%, that's 1 plus 3%. And 3% is written as 1 plus 0.03. So the interest rate's 1.03. And that's how we would write the interest rate. What else do we know here? We're told at the start of 2015, it's worth 350. What we're wanting to find, so that's the final thing, that's at the end there. So the final price is 350. So I'm going to put P is equal to 350,000. I'm not worried about, notice the units. I'm not putting percentages here. I'm not putting dollar signs here. But we're told initially, though, the initial price at the start of 99, we don't know, it's been going up since then, but we don't know what it was then. And the question is, what was the value of the house at the start of 99 when she bought it? So we actually don't know the A value, but that's what we're going to have to find out. So let's populate the equation with what we know. So we know the final price of the house was $350,000. And that's equal to the initial price times the interest rate, which is 1.03. And I'm putting that in brackets because I'm going to put that to the power of, and how many years ago was it she bought it? 16 years ago. 16, okay. So I'll put a 16 here. So I should actually write here as well, things we know, t is equal to 16. So I'm going to put to the power of 16. So now I put the p value, the a value, the r value, and the t value. So we can go ahead and calculate this pretty easily now. So I'm actually going to divide both sides by 1.03 to the power of 16. Divide this by 1.03 to the power of 16. And by the way, we know this is probably what it's going to be, because if we look at the amount of space they gave us to do this, it's a very small amount, really, compared to the next question where they give us most of a whole page. So let's go ahead and calculate this now. So we know that that divided by that is 1, leaving us with an A. I'm going to make A the subject now and go 350. I'm just going to restate this here. So 350,000 divided by 1.03 to the power of 16. I don't need the brackets. I'll leave the brackets out there. All right, so the price was, and let's have a look. And I can bung that into the calculator. So what have we got here? Let's see how this plays out. So we've got 350,000. That's probably a bit too much. There we are, 350,000. That looks good. Divided by, and we've got, and I'll put this in brackets now, 1.03 to the power of 16. There we are. And let's see where we end up. $18,108. All right, so let's now write that in. That looks pretty good. So A is $218,108 and 43 cents. So that's the value. Now, the only question I have, and there's the answer, but the only question I have is what sort of units do they wish to give it for us to give it in? And quite often they'll say on the front of the page, let's have a look. And do we do it to the nearest? I can't see if it says the nearest whole number or the nearest whatever. I'm just going to say equals 218,000, and I'll put 3 significant figures. $sign at the front, and that would be the answer.